Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video where today we're here back with our F1 Fantasy League. Obviously apologies that there was no video from the Italian Grand Prix a couple of weeks ago. By the time I was actually able to get down to recording it, it was like Thursday night and I thought no one's really going to watch this video, you know, a Friday pretty much a week after the Grand Prix. So I decided, you know, we'd not worry too much about that. I wish I had, to be honest, looking back at it. We absolutely smashed the Italian Grand Prix weekend there. 82 points for Lando Norris, 87 for McLaren, and then Charles Leclerc as well doing pretty well with 34 points there. You can see 256 points without a Mega Driver was, yeah, a Grand Prix I wish I'd covered in hindsight. But as Lando Norris found out, of course, yesterday, hindsight is a beautiful, beautiful thing in the world of Formula 1. Of course, as always, if you want sort of my full review of the Italian Grand Prix, Jamie and I should be back tomorrow with the podcast as well. So obviously, make sure if you aren't already, you do get yourself subscribed. Again, a massive thank you for 19,400 subscribers. We're really getting close to 20k now. It's ridiculous that we're even anywhere near that milestone at this stage. But yeah, 20k genuinely now feels like it's right around the corner. It genuinely feels like something that might happen now, which is absolutely insane. So yeah, like I said though, quick recap of the Italian Grand Prix, 256 points there. Yeah, one of the best weekends of the year we've had so far. Our meme team got 19 points just because Giovinazzi, Schumacher and Latifi came in clutch there. Unfortunately, well, I say unfortunately, I'm trying to get the lowest score possible on this one. So Mazepin turboed with a DNF there, minus 16, and then Tsunoda as well hasn't been particularly good there. And then sort of my risky gambly team, again, did pretty well. Bottas obviously scored a lot of points. Ferrari got a lot of points there. The only man that we turboed, unfortunately, was Gasly, who got minus 20, of course, after his disastrous weekend back at Monza there. But focusing though on the Russian Grand Prix then, having a look at the final results there, you can see again our meme team minus 6. We're keeping it below the sort of 0 score at this stage of the year as well. That's so rather happy, weirdly rather happy with that. I don't really know sort of what I'm doing with it as well there. Our risky team scored 89 this week, not as good a result there. Latifi with 0, and then obviously Bottas with 33 points there. Maybe deserved more, but really up until the last 5 laps had been pretty mediocre as well there. And Gasly as our turbo with only 12 points there as well was rather disappointing to see. And unfortunately, yeah, our big team as well, we missed out badly this weekend. It was going to be an absolute whirly had Lando Norris held on for us, but unfortunately it just wasn't the case at the end of the day there. 34 points for Lando Norris, when that would have probably been upwards of 100 come the end of the weekend there. Charles Leclerc with 11, Verstappen with 27. To be honest, he probably deserved more points than that from the comeback drive that he was able to do there. Obviously, he was running sort of around P5. The last few laps, like we're all aware, were pretty much carnage. How anyone ended anywhere, I'm still not really sure about even now. And it might be one of those Grand Prix that, a bit like Canada 2011, where even years down the line, we're still not quite sure how everyone ended up where they did at the end of the race there. But Perez with just 8 points as well. Again, I thought that was a little bit disappointing to see there. McLaren were just 34. Again, they would have scored massive points for us, probably sort of in the 70 range, had Lando Norris been able to hold on there. But the question surely now is, do I put Lewis Hamilton back in our team as well? Of course, Turkey next week, not next weekend, obviously the weekend after. We've got another break week now. F1 is weird with this calendar. We have like 3 Grand Prix in a row and then like 1 Grand Prix in the next month. It's really, really weird this year still. But yeah, Turkey obviously coming back again. Very, very excited for that in a couple of weeks' time there. I'll be honest, looking at our roster, there's a lot of potential still there. I think the question for me still is whether we get rid of Perez and Latifi there. Maybe we put Sainz in ahead of Charles Leclerc. He's been pretty good over the last few Grand Prix as well, and he's only like 12.5 points now behind Sergio Perez in the championship, which is insane when you think about it as well there. But in terms though of the league, of course, having a look at our series so far, 415 of you now involved in it. We were getting close to 500. I think next year the goal will be obviously to try and hit 500 teams in the series there. But currently 208,000th in the world out of 1 million, so we're top 21% of the world there. Again, pretty much top 21% in the UK in the Mercedes league there, but yeah, only about top 30% in our league. So clearly, you know, we've got the creme de la creme of F1 fantasy players as well there. And having a look though at the Russian Grand Prix, who was able to score big then from this weekend? It was actually FC Kridikart with Noah there, 274 points to use his Mega Driver. So we can see Mega Lewis Hamilton, fair play. Good choice done that weekend there. Bottas, Norris there. Obviously, again, a bit of a rip there for everyone that chose Lando Norris. Ferrari, Russell, and Pierre Gasly. So another good weekend done by Noah. Cancron in P2 with 271 points there, and a huge drop-off to P3. So again, Mega Drive and Hamilton, Bottas, Norris there, Russell as well, Gasly, and McLaren this time as well. Then, like I said, yeah, 50-point drop-off to Karan in P3. Did he Mega Drive a Max, is my guess? No, he also had Hamilton in there, but unfortunately, yeah, lost out points with Vettel and just didn't really gain any points elsewhere. Giovinazzi, Gasly as well were pretty much, well, next to no points as well at the end of the day there as well. Oh, he also got -10 for using his subs, if I'm not mistaken, as well. That's something we haven't done this year. No idea why F1 Fantasy is being as slow as it is there. Liam does come through in P4. You can see Mega Driver Bottas. I think he was really hoping for the Valtteri Bottas Masterclass this weekend there. Again, Leclerc, Norris, Sainz as well, who, yeah, did score some decent points. McLaren and, yeah, Esteban Ocon with a bit of a rip at the end of the day there. And then you can see our highest, so we had Justin, sorry, as well, using his Mega Driver 196. Our highest driver not to use the Mega was Mario Z as well. So who did he have? He turboed Sainz, so a good move there. Had Mercedes, Alonso, Norris, Gasly, and Russell. 5 drivers that, you know, with the exception of Norris, who could have scored big points, has done pretty well there at the end of the race as well. Again, Cancun in P7. He used his wild card, though, so he swapped out a lot of his roster with this one. Norris, Sainz, Bottas, Gasly, Russell, Mercedes again there. Whether you want to spend big money on a team is still such an interesting battle at this stage of the year there. BNYB as well, tied in P7. And then we've got Ankit as well, 9th and 10th. Matthias in P11 there, with Omar in 12th with his team L8. Zico 3 in 13th place. Matthew N there in 15th. To get inside the top 20, you would need 170 points this weekend. Where on earth did we finish this week? Not very well is my guess. We're not even going to be top 150, are we? We're going to be way, way down the order. Where are we going to end up? It is 266th. You love to see it at this stage of the game there. In fact, yeah, one of our teams, so 413th out of 415 as well there. So a rather good job done by our team too as well. But yeah, 266th at the end of the week. That does mean final point standings at the moment. I don't want to be down looking at the 250 range. Like we said, we're still about 144th at the moment, so rather good. My aim sort of was like top 212, but obviously, you know, I was secretly hoping for a top 100, I'll be honest, but I think we might be a little way off that by the end of the year. Unless we get a worldie of results there, we need about another 100 points over the guys in front of us as well. But in terms, though, of our top runners, it is still Nyan Deep clear in front there, 12 points ahead of Cancun now, who I'm pretty certain is fairly new to the league there. Noah as well getting involved in P3 there, ahead of Araman, still in 4th there. But yeah, Nyan Deep, whoever joins the league, it still seems to be him on top at the moment there. Barak P in P5 there, ahead of Jake and Daniel P. Marcel and Omaraguz, and then still Damjan just inside the top 10 there, tied with Leonardo as well. So it is all still to play for at this stage of the year there. Isaac in 12th ahead of Hadi M, Neil G, Josh, Bobby, Ryan, and then we got Josh again as well as Diogo and Damjan as well, rounding up our top 20 there. So a lot of guys, you know, have actually got 2 teams posted nice and nestled inside the top 20 as well there. But there we go then, a quick review from the Russian Grand Prix. Like I said, obviously, if you want my whole sort of thoughts and feelings from the GP weekend, obviously make sure you get subscribed to the channel as well, of course. Obviously, let me know down in the comments below how well you guys did as well over the course of this weekend, obviously, as well as Monza if you want as well. Obviously, where did I finish Monza? Quickly before we round this out there, because I feel like we might have an absolute banger of a weekend there as well. Nyan Deep, of course, Nyan Deep was on top. We finished Monza. Where were we? A lot of people did really well that weekend there. 36th, which I'm pretty certain is our best result of the year as well there. So absolutely typical that I don't cover the weekend I do really well on the F1 Fantasy. In terms of changing our league up, in terms of our drivers, I think it might be time. I think Lando Norris is still going to be hungry. Can I get Sainz in for Leclerc though? Do I hype buy on the Carlos Sainz train? I think it might be worth it at this stage of the year there. Sainz is 3 million cheaper than Charles Leclerc. Can we get someone better in for Latifi? We can't quite stretch Kimi Räikkönen, although I'd like to put him in the roster as well. That Tsunoda just isn't worth it. I am going to put Antonio Giovinazzi in for one weekend only. We'll see how well he does as well there. Now, do I turbo someone else as well? I can't help but feel like Perez needs a good weekend as well here. So, no, I'm going to leave it as Lando Norris. I got faith in Lando this weekend that he's going to come back swinging as well there. So there we go, that is our new roster ready for the Turkish Grand Prix as well. Like I said, let me know down in the comments below how well you guys got on over the course of the double weekend as well there. But yeah, if you're new around here, make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we'll be back very, very soon with more F1 Fantasy. A massive thank you for the continued support from all our channel members. If you want to be featured in these end clips, make sure you click the join button down below. But yeah, once again, a massive thank you to the Travesty, Patrick, Chuan, David, Ben, Aiden, F. Stathios, Cato, Sean, Johnny, McBlam, and Mighty Spork for becoming channel members. The support is really, really appreciated.